Attention gamers, the best way to describe a counter is when something is super effective against something else, and most games today have them. For example, we all know that water counters fire but grass counters water, rock counters scissors but paper counters rock, assassins counter ADCs and mages counter ADCs and tanks counter ADCs and bruisers supports dragons kittens children octopi and even fat frogs counter ADCs, and I think it boils down to one thing. Riot gave ADCs the damage genetics while sacrificing literally every single other trait needed to have a successful career, and over time with the introduction of new champs like hormone-induced Yell boys who have the same damage genetics but all the other traits required for them to be crowned king of the LP simps, along with the addition of some clearly well thought out new items where other classes got some dope new toys cool enough that we would rather play with their toys than the ones we got ourselves, and it isn't like the new ability haste reduces death timer, so there's really no benefit to us marksmen/women/chubby larvae. And this is why playing ADC in today's economy is truly like 50 Shades of League, because you are always experiencing new ways to get tied up and now one of my main mentalities is that more CC equals more GG, but also that ADCs are allergic to gaining LP. So today when I woke up to a winning lottery ticket in the form of a double ADC enemy bot lane, I creamed harder than a freaking soft serve machine, changed my pants and then hit the record button, because I knew after my experience with appetizer Ash and main dish misfortune I would be a well-fed man. So if you are excited to see what happens when you handicap your team by picking not one but two ADCs in League of Legends, please kindly abuse the piss out of that like button and let's get into the feed fest. Okay, so the game starts out like most of my games with me getting frustrated that my inability to claim the credit for murdering these hooded midget employees makes me more and more impatient, until I do something like flash into danger just to do a trivial amount of damage before getting chased away from my own stupidity. Only to then turn around to get some seconds of slap my ass, which prompts that bedazzled Ash hole to chase, but thanks to a flash sparkly dildo bash we hit her with a news flash. Dumb Ash, you can't auto when you're stunned, hee hee. Then it's time to deal with the perky titted pirate as we both make it rain before she gets murdered. Then we get back to lane, and since me and my support have this cosmic cum tether bond between us, I tell him just to run at the scuzz monkeys, because honestly what are they going to do about it? So my archer wife gets the shaft and then I hit her with a skillful auto cancel into auto Q auto pop that poussey combo, and then we play a quick second round of bitch slap the big booby buccaneer, and in case you were wondering, I won that round as well. Ah yes, there's nothing like the thought of gangbanging a wild wyvern to get all the boys out of homes and into the river for some rundown, and thanks to an appearance from our tranquilizing toddler, we are able to tear their ADC a new ash hole, no pun intended, and then we run mid because LeBlanc apparently swings both ways and is trying to get some bondage on with Zoe, so I promptly inform her that Rift BDSM is strictly prohibited, and this clearly strikes a sensitive chord with Manbearpig here as he carelessly protests, blabbering on about some spirit turtle fetish he has until he dies. Okay, I know that I just violently enforced a no bondage rule to play before, but when I see that fragile archer all vulnerable, I do my best power hungry Twitch mod impression and act like I am above the law myself, because who is going to punish me, this busty freebooter? Yeah, no, she will just run away as my support has a minor stroke by himself. And this leaves the scurvy slut monkey alone, so I ask my support to put a hashtag on her ass so we can see how many hits it can get, which prompts a little tiptoe around the tower action between us until we get through the first pass, and I charge up a blighted banger to finish her off. Oh yay, the dumb Ash cam is live now as we can get an exclusive look at how this moron responds to an enemy approaching her by continuing to stand still until she sits a stun under tower while 7 Red Robe Academy students give her a piece of their mind. And once again we find ourselves alone under tower with the best tits in the game. Change my mind, that's right, you can't, and now she's a dead bitch again. But we got a little too used to playing this game on easy mode, aka against 2 ADCs, so when a different more useful species appears we get caught off guard, so in a moment of panic I resort to an old habit of hitting the flash and killing the Ash before Chipotle with queso. Aftermath frozen fart kills my support and leaves me woozy, and I guess Zoe's slumber squid had a case of the Mondays, or Riot's code is just shit, which results in that Yeti turning my RGB into grayscale in his final moments. That said, that skipping Girl Scout clearly wasn't here to mess around, so I did a little from the fountain interview with this MF, asking her to describe what just got shoved up her ass, to which she replied with a metal fist. And at this point, empathetic Rav here to say I have been where this poor dumb arrow whore is before, just a feeding disgrace to your entire team, and you just know she is thrilled that she can get a nice big wave crashing into her tower for solo XP to turn the tide until she gets slipped some Ambien and has a bad dream where she was stuck playing an ADC in League of Legends. Meanwhile they are trying to take advantage of me being on a piss break in base, as literally their entire team is trying to steal some gems off of our bedazzled street vendor, and despite an uncoordinated shit fest that they probably classified as tower aggro juggling, MF does get a little taste of the good life until she gets one shot by an ability that isn't even intended to do a lot of damage. And then I get a call saying they need animal control because some beast, either a bear or a boar, is raging out, so I come in and say, "Oh you silly morons, this here is just a dead bitch." And just for those of you who are invested in the Ash Clown storyline, she got the Zappy Zelda special and unsurprisingly didn't even put up a fight. Now, considering their bot lane was the league equivalent of a participation award for a bubble blowing contest, we got their tower easily and mobilized to the mid lane, and it looks like this yelping Yeti rider needs to software update his snowball because that version didn't have 3-point turning, which lands him in a diamondy daze and forced to flash the wall, so I decide that putting him in a tower timeout will give him some time to rethink bowling snowballs my way in the future. We finish team tier 1 tipping and the bottom feeders decide to join us mid, which is music to baby Rapunzel's ears as she does 2 hops this time into a burst the bitch combo, which primes Daddy Rav up for a blind blight bolt and the kill. Then we are as blindly overextended as mole rats doing yoga, which prompts some interest from the chilly caveman and the blind bimbo going full-blown blazing bulimic, so we quickly request she leaves the party, and then Manbearpig positions so poorly that his ADC gets caught tied up, sword slapped and sniped for her like 8th consecutive death. Back to the AFK Ash cam and we see some solo mid pushing, which is just the perfect recipe for a quick surprise. Where did 60% of your health go? Oh, I don't know, maybe this bruised praying mantis can help you find it type of scenario. And her partner in Careless Crime was holding true to the video's theme by also AFK pushing a lane until she too gets caught and forced to do what all ADCs do in 1v1s against top laners: cry on your right click button until the color on your screen solemnly fades away. Meanwhile, mid lane with my team so freaking full from the free handouts we have been getting all game, have our siege pants on until that muff magician decides to confront us, to which I play a game of I don't need to see you to shit in your mouth. And while I have had a field day taking a bloody shit piss on their ADCs, I think it's prudent to remind you, the viewer, that I myself was playing one of these underprivileged beings as well when Manbearpig sees me and immediately shifts his focus, forcing me to flash and call for more CC than a bowl of alphabet soup. But he has all the speed, the stuns, the tenacity that I lack, and I too get sent back to the ADC club for the next 38 seconds. But I feel better tuning into the Dead Ash Muncher cam to see how she is doing, only to learn that she is now 3 levels behind our top laner, who between me and the few of you watching this had her own set of deficiencies in this game, trust me, but it doesn't matter because top laners are super effective against ADCs. And looks like the Yeti finally upgraded her snowball software but was still getting the hang of the new controls. But he eventually gets the hang of it and bulldozes my ass into the ground mid, prompting my support to swaddle us all in the sparkle spheres, which was much appreciated because it allowed me to focus on giving this perky tit pirate her 83rd death before edging with the queef quake and making it rain for a double. Then LeBlanc tries to pull some trickery on me as a distraction, and while the right move would probably have been to ignore that little sorcery slut and take objectives with my team, I am hard stuck gold in a carried to plat player's body, so I chase straight game face until this dumb bitch is properly inserted back to base, and sure enough I catch up to her at the end of her freedom flee and let my arrow play a quick game of surprise you a dead bitch. Then a fight breaks out mid and I am positioning as if flanking Varus is a thing, but it works out when I sneak in a quick chain banger on my wife and chunk her for half her health until she turns around, so I take one last look at Dadash before completing my side quest, right click to claim your reward, and then hit a quick rendition of Pepper the piggybacking pipsqueak until they get just far enough away for me to give them a proper send off. But what happened to Ash, you might say? She got auto-attacked by a mage for the remaining 40% of her health, and I finish off the base ace by first making it rain on the golden magician and then finishing off this bipolar spirit animal fetish freak. Now it's probably worth noting that my jungler and my top laner were about as smart as 2 bricks slapped together, and the next 2 clips will illustrate my point, but I wanted to highlight that even in hilariously bad decisions by the Demogorgon, their ADC still managed to get killed in both uncoordinated shit fests, which is like Riot Sadge if you ask me. And then after the second scene I come in and ask this busty bombshell to turn around so I could tie her up and tap her from the back. Play by play on the Ash Liquor cam coming up. She hits a W into ult into literally 6 auto attacks against a full damage mage only to die to a Q and an auto attack by an AP based champ. Lol is freaking right as Zoe makes a nice golden girl into 2 hops this time playing, and you can watch that mid laner mouth breather live at twitch.tv/offbrand. GG. Now praise me for promoting small creators like a good guy. Thanks. And as I predicted at the start, appetizer Ash and main dish Misfortune made ravioli a fed boy, so please enjoy this 30 seconds montage of me abusing the piles of free gold that were donated to me early.
After the party your bitch and old Ravi are finna get shaggy. Woke up this morning to breakfast in bed and she calling me daddy. Where is my paddock? Way that she shake it, the shit is dramatic. No but for real, where is my paddock? I know I just had it.
I think she stole it. Damn it. Hop in the rave, duck off to the chase, finna get this money. Anything you're wearing that shiny, I want it. Bitch, run it. And now for the criticism commenters who live to be douche canoes below. I will do your job myself today.
Watch how I move when I'm after the bag and you'll see that I'm goat. Walk in the room with a tool and you'll see them all turn into ghosts. Serving up heat on a platter, you know I'm the host with the most. Ain't even trying to boast. Step to Lil Ravi, get roast.
Little kids playing with fire, that's all that you are to me. Thinking about playing with Ravi? I'm gunning for arteries. How do you think that I got where I am? The shit that I pull off is artistry. Brush your teeth tonight, Rav out. Hop in the rave, duck off to the chase, finna get this money. Anything you're wearing that shiny, I want it. Bitch, run it. Hop in the rave, duck off to the chase, finna get this money.